You wake up every morning, you look down, and that belly is still there. You've tried walking, you've cut back on food, maybe you even skipped meals entirely, but nothing moves it, not even a little. You're doing everything you were told to do, and it's still not working. Here's the truth nobody told you. That belly isn't about food. It never was. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why, and exactly what actually works. Here's what nobody in the fitness world will admit to you. After 45, your body completely rewrites the rules of fat storage without telling you. The same strategies that worked at 35, they stop working. Not because you got lazy, not because you lost discipline, but because your hormones shifted, your stress went up, your sleep got worse, and your body started storing fat in a completely different place, deep inside your belly, wrapped around your organs. And this kind of fat, called visceral fat, plays by totally different rules. Fighting it the old way is like bringing a knife to a gunfight. If nothing has worked so far, it is not your fault. You were just given the wrong information for the body you have right now. I'm not here to sell you a supplement. I'm not here to push a 30-day challenge. What I'm about to share comes straight from research published in 2025 and 2026, and from thousands of real people over 45 who tried everything and finally cracked this after years of failure. I dug through the studies so you don't have to. And what I found completely changed how I think about belly fat after midlife. So let's get into it, because what you're about to hear is almost certainly nothing like what you've been told before. But before we dive in, I need to tell you about the one thing I'm saving for the very end of this video. It's a daily habit, costs absolutely nothing, takes less than 10 minutes, and a 2025 Stanford study found it reduces deep belly fat 3 times faster than exercise alone. 3 times faster. Most people do the exact opposite of it every single morning and don't even know it's working against them. Stay with me until the end, because that one will change your mornings forever. Point 1, your belly fat is not lazy, it's olive. Most people think belly fat is just stored energy, sitting there waiting to be burned off. That's not what's happening. This deep belly fat, the medical name is visceral fat, actually behaves like a living gland inside your body. It sends out chemical signals, it communicates with your hormones, and the most important signal it sends: keep the fat, make more of it. Research shows the more visceral fat you accumulate, the harder your hormonal system fights to protect it, creating a self-defending fat loop. What this means for you is, this is not a willpower problem, this is a hormonal battle. And when you understand that, everything about your approach has to change. Think of visceral fat like a squatter living in your house. The longer it stays, the harder it becomes to evict. Action step: measure your waist with a tape measure right now. Men, over 40 inches is the danger zone. Women, over 35 inches. Write that number down. That is your starting line. Point 2, your liver is the real villain. Nobody talks about this, but your liver is the real battlefield when it comes to visceral fat. Visceral fat doesn't just sit in your belly, it wraps directly around your liver like a tight fist squeezing it. And when your liver is under that kind of pressure, it slows down fat processing across your entire body. Fat stops moving, it stops burning, and it goes right back into storage. 2026 research found that people with an overworked liver lose visceral fat 40% slower, no matter how hard they exercise or how little they eat. What this means for you is, if your liver is struggling, no diet in the world will give you the results you want. You have to fix the drain before you can empty the tub. A sluggish liver is like a clogged drain. You can keep pouring water in, but nothing moves until you clear the pipe. 3 foods proven to support liver function and unlock visceral fat burning: broccoli, arugula, and beetroot. These aren't trendy superfoods, they're liver cleaners. And that is a very different thing. Action step: add one of these 3 foods to your plate every single day for 14 days straight. Just one, don't overthink it. Point 3, cold water is doing what the gym cannot. This next one, most doctors never learned it in medical school. Here's something most people don't know. Your body actually has 2 completely different types of fat. White fat, that's the kind that builds up around your belly and stores energy. Brown fat, that's the kind that actually burns energy like a furnace running inside you. And here's what's remarkable. Cold water activates your brown fat. It tells it to turn on and start burning your white belly fat as fuel. A 2026 clinical trial found that just 30 seconds of cold water at the end of a daily shower reduced deep visceral fat by 11% in 10 weeks, with 0 changes to diet or exercise. What this means for you is, you don't have to overhaul your life. You literally just have to change the last 30 seconds of your shower. Think of brown fat like a wood-burning fireplace. Cold is the match. Your belly fat is the wood. Action step: tomorrow morning, end your shower with the coldest water you can handle for 30 full seconds. Count out loud. Do it 5 days in a row and pay attention to how your energy levels change. Point 4, you're eating protein at completely the wrong time. Here's a mistake that almost everyone over 45 is making, and it's quietly blocking all of your fat loss efforts. Most people eat toast, cereal, or fruit in the morning and save their protein for dinner. A big chicken breast, some fish, maybe steak. This is completely backwards for your body after 45. When you eat protein first thing in the morning, it triggers a hormone called glucagon. And glucagon is essentially the opposite of insulin. Instead of storing fat, it releases it. It tells your body to start burning what's already there. A 2025 comparative study found that 40 grams of protein at breakfast outperformed a 500-calorie daily diet cut when it came to reducing visceral fat. Eating more in the morning, the right things, beat eating less overall. What this means for you is you don't need to starve yourself. You need to feed yourself smarter, earlier. Protein in the morning is like setting your body's thermostat to fat-burning mode before you even leave the house. 3 eggs and a cup of Greek yogurt will get you to 40 grams of protein easily. That's your morning target. Action step. Tomorrow morning before anything else, before coffee, before your phone, eat 3 eggs and a small Greek yogurt. Do it for 7 days straight and watch your hunger disappear by lunchtime. Story moment. Let me tell you about a man named David, 58 years old, not obese, didn't look overweight. He wore the same trouser size he wore at 45. His doctor looked at him at every annual checkup and said, "You look healthy, nothing to worry about." Then one routine body scan changed everything. The scan showed dangerous levels of fat packed tightly around his liver, his kidneys, and close to his heart. His doctor sat down across from him and said, "You look completely fine on the outside, but on the inside, your body looks 20 years older than you are." David told me he sat in his car for an hour after that appointment. He wasn't overweight, he wasn't lazy, he'd been walking every day. He just had no idea this was happening inside him. He didn't go on a crash diet. He didn't join a gym. He made 3 small changes. He fixed his morning protein, started ending his showers cold, and added broccoli to 1 meal a day. 4 months later, his follow-up scan showed a 34% reduction in visceral fat. His doctor didn't know what to say. David didn't change his willpower, he changed his biology. And that is the difference between what we talk about here and the recycled advice you'll find everywhere else. Conclusion. All right, I promised you this at the very beginning, and here it is. The one thing that a 2025 Stanford study found reduces visceral fat 3 times faster than exercise alone. It's morning sunlight every morning, within 30 minutes of waking up. Go outside and get 10 to 15 minutes of natural sunlight on your face and arms. No glass window, no sunscreen for those first 10 minutes. Real, direct, outdoor light. Here's why this matters specifically for belly fat. Morning sunlight resets your cortisol rhythm for the entire day. Cortisol is your body's stress hormone, and it is the #1 signal that tells your body to store fat deep in your belly. When your cortisol fires correctly in the morning, it naturally drops by evening. Your body stays calm. Your fat storage signals stay quiet. But when your cortisol doesn't get that morning reset, it stays elevated all day, all night, and your belly pays the price every single day. The 2025 Stanford study found participants with consistent morning light exposure lost visceral fat 3x faster than those with identical diets who stayed indoors in the morning. Free, simple, and almost completely ignored by every doctor you've ever visited. Quick recap, your 4-step visceral fat protocol. Number 1, measure your waist. Know your number. That's your starting line. Number 2, add 1 liver cleaning food daily. Broccoli, arugula, beetroot. Pick 1. Number 3, end every shower with 30 seconds of cold water. Activate your fat-burning furnace. Number 4, eat 40 grams of protein at breakfast. Flip your body into fat release mode. And above all, get outside within 30 minutes of waking. Let the morning light reset your cortisol and do the work for you. Tell me one thing. How long have you been fighting this belly weight? And what's the one thing your doctor told you to do about it? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one. If this finally made things make sense, hit subscribe, because everything on this channel is built for people over 45 who are tired of being given advice that was never designed for their body. I'll see you in the next one.